You are listening to the Pacers Report with Mike Rich every Monday on the Central Indiana Sports Report. All right, welcome Indiana Pacers fans to the Pacers Report with Mike Rich here on the Central Indiana Sports Report. It's been a little while since Mike and I talked. Mike's been on the road, but we will be talking more Pacers now as the season gets closer. We got a lot of things going on, including Summer League. Since the last time Mike and I talked, the Pacers have drafted Braden Smith, one of our all-time favorite college basketball players. We'll talk a little bit about that. But Mike, I want to get your opinion on the rumors because we had a whole podcast about it, but you weren't available when we did, about Trey Murphy. And now the latest rumor is the Pacers are one of the players for Jaylen Brown. So your overall thoughts on what should the Pacers be thinking this week as free agency gets underway on Tuesday?
I think they need to address the two biggest things, and that's depth at the center position and the wing. I think Jaylen Brown would be fantastic to have, but I just don't think we have the salary cap space to do it. I think you're going to have to give up some pretty good pieces to get that. Just to free up to stay under the luxury tax. And I don't think the Pacers are going to go above that. That's just not their... Yeah,
but you're of the opinion that if they can make the big move, they should?
For the right players. But, I mean, what are they going to give up to get someone like Jaylen Brown? I mean, they're going to have to give something up to... They're not just signing him and keeping him on the team that we have.
No, it would be two of the starting five, I'm sure, and
right.
A lot of other pieces.
And I don't want that. I like the starting five we have. I'm very comfortable with the starting five we have, and the team's been built to play for championships when everyone's healthy, and I think we're that good.
I agree with you. I see the possibility of Jaylen Brown, who plays that one position that every really good team has, a guy like that. And nothing against Aaron Nesmith, but clearly the Pacers' fifth best, fourth best starter. It would be quite an upgrade at that position. Jaylen Brown's not likely, but if you want to talk about teams that could probably give the Celtics back what they would want, it would one of those teams would be the Pacers. I doubt
the Pacers definitely have players to trade. But do you want to disrupt the chemistry that you have, the core that you have? You don't know what Zubac is going to be like in that starting five when everybody's healthy. I mean, we haven't even ran it with what we want and what we have. To have Halliburton, Siakam, and Zubac on the court at the same time with Nesmith and Nembhard, I mean, I think we need to give it a shot. Roll the dice with what we have. They built this team, and I think Jaylen Brown's a great name and sounds like a great player to be, put in there. But what are you going to get? I mean, what's the risk for that reward? Is it worth it?
I can see why people would say the Pacers are still a player away from being an elite team. I'm not sure that's true. I don't think we've seen the best of Andrew Nembhard and Aaron Nesmith at all. I don't think we've seen anywhere near. We saw flashes of it last year when they weren't on very good teams, and I think the Nembhard Zubac combination is going to be pretty special in the pick and roll in particular. They look like they really like each other. They like playing with each other. I agree with you. I think this is the way to go. Even if Obi Toppin's a guy who has to go, because that would be sad to me now. 2 years ago, I was, hey, let's just get rid of him. Just get nothing in return. Just get rid of Obi Toppin. He is not worth it. 2 years later, he's an integral part of this team. And, I think they're 8 deep of really good players and 11 deep potentially. So what kind of player are you looking to add here is the question, Mike.
Depth, I guess, is what you're looking to add. I mean, I've heard maybe like someone like Gary Trent Jr. or something on the wing or something, but I don't know if I want that either. I like what we got. I like our boom team. I like what we got playing at the G League level, being able to come up and play on this team. But I think Johnny Furphy's going to be a different player this year. I think he's going to step his game up. He's growing. I mean, he's what, 20, 21 years old, and we haven't even scratched the surface with what he can do. And I mean, I think he could tear up the G League, and I think he could play pretty well coming off the bench. But again, we weren't that far away, as bad of a team as we had last year without injuries. Even with Halliburton being injured at the beginning of the season last year, we were thinking the team still had a chance to win 45 plus games. We won, what, 19? The lottery went the way the lottery went. And I think we come in with a chip on our shoulder, knowing the NBA basically screwed the Pacers. I feel like our fifth pick was Zubats, and I think we roll with it and see what we got.
Yep, Pacers against the world for sure.
Absolutely.
That's how I'm feeling about it. Some names I like that probably, again, this is a team that's now dealing with salary cap issues. Jarris Walker, rumors are he is on the trade block because they don't want to have to pay him. I don't think they truly believe in Jarris Walker anymore, so we'll see what happens there. But Johnny Furphy's the one I think of the young guys that we're probably the most excited about. Really excited to see what he has to offer coming off the injury.
I'm super excited about Johnny Furphy and seeing what he can do. I think he's had a lot of time to rehab. I mean, Halliburton's playing well. I mean, he's coming back. He's had almost a year and a half of rest. He's getting back into. He says he's in NBA shape. He's just not Halliburton shape yet. It's going to take a little time in the beginning of the season. I think it'll be. I think we'll hover around 500 for the first probably 15, 20 games, and it's going to take a little while for that team to gel with the new pieces, and with Halliburton coming back and being in the starting lineup. I think that's going to take a little time. We're going to have some frustration, I think, there, but I think at the end of the season, I think we're going to be in a good place as long as everyone stays healthy.
All right, Mike, we're going to take a quick break, come right back and talk about the draft and summer league. And then right after that, we'll talk about the latest NBA news and what it means to the Pacers. Mike, the Pacers did not have any draft picks, much to our chagrin, but they did trade into the second round to draft an all-time favorite from Westfield, from Purdue, Braden Smith. From Westfield to Noblesville, we assume he's going to be playing with the Boom. And I'm not sure what kind of NBA future he has. He has some definite limitations, but we know that he's going to work his ass off to get better and better. And we know he's going to sell some tickets in Noblesville for sure.
I was super excited when I saw that. I don't think the Pacers were in the draft for their starting five. I mean, I don't think they were in the draft for anyone who was going to play on the team. I think they were looking at something for the Boom, and I think it's a great pick. I think he'll come in and he will work hard. I think he'll have a little chip on his shoulder, but hell, he's taking a pay cut to come play. But to have the all-time assist leader coming and playing in Noblesville, I think that's going to be pretty cool. And him being from Westfield, I'm pretty excited for him. I hope he gets a chance. He's got good vision of the game. He's smart. He's going to work hard. He kind of reminds me of TJ McConnell. He's going to come in. He's going to fight to get into get some playing time. So I thought it was a cool pick. I thought it was a really cool pick. Good for the Pacers.
From high school to college to pro basketball, and he doesn't have to leave mom and dad's house. By the way, Braden Smith was acquired for Cam Jones and a second-round pick. He's one of four players that we know is going to be on the Summer League roster. The others are Talon Peter, who was a second-round pick last year. Ethan Thompson and Jalen Worley are the only three that we know for sure. Jalen Worley is from Gonzaga. and was an undrafted free agent. I believe that's the same situation Talon Peter was in last year. So a preferred non-draftee. Summer League starts Friday, July 10th, Saturday, July 11th, Monday, July 13th, and Wednesday, July 15th are the subsequent games. All the games are on ESPN and Prime Video. And Mike, a lot of years going into the Summer League, I'm really excited. Some years I'm not as excited. I think besides Braden Smith this year, there's not a whole lot to get excited about.
No, but that's enough for me. I'd love to go watch him play. I'd be excited to go see it. I think he'll have a good following. I'm glad he's getting the opportunity. I'm glad his hometown team is giving him that chance. I think he might surprise some of us.
All right, another quick break, then Mike and I will be right back to talk about the latest NBA news and how it affects the Pacers. Mike, I don't know about you, but when I watch the NBA, I'm always thinking about the Pacers no matter who's playing. The Pacers are always at the center of my mind when there are NBA games on. I don't really care about the NBA except for how it affects the Pacers. So when I look at these three big trades that happened recently or are about to happen when they can officially happen, tell me your thoughts, and does it have changed anything in your mind about where the Pacers stand in the greater picture of 2026-27? First of all, Giannis to Miami, does that change anything? LaMelo Ball to Minnesota from Charlotte. I thought Ball and the Hornets were going to have a really nice team this coming year. That kind of changes that a little bit, but I can kind of see where they're going there. And Miles Bridges to Phoenix. So your thoughts on what's happened in the NBA, and does it affect the Pacers at all?
No, I don't think it does. I mean, the only one I have a pause on that about would probably be Giannis to the Heat. I hate to see the Heat. I don't think Giannis, I don't know how much better Giannis is going to make the Heat.
I don't know if their roster is good enough for him to lift them to be serious. I don't know.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. I don't know if his game, I don't know if that's going to be enough for them to lift the Heat. I agree. I thought Charlotte was they were on a good track. I thought they were going to be pretty tough next year. I thought Ball was going to be a good piece in that. So
I think they decided a direction, and that was with Miller and Knipple and not Ball. And I think they have a new plan that doesn't include a guy who's injured all the time. That's all.
Yeah. So it could be interesting there. I see Charlotte moving up. I think they're getting better, but I thought Ball was a good player too. I don't know if he makes Minnesota better.
I think they had a big hole at point guard. That might be a big move for Minnesota. He is really good, but that's a team that already had some weird chemistry, and he's not exactly a chemistry guy. So
he's not.
It's a weird team. I think Charlotte, I kind of like what they're doing. And the other one is Isaiah Joe to Detroit. Obviously, that makes Detroit better.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're quite ready to be on the same level with the Pacers and Knicks and Celtics and the good teams in the West, but Detroit's another team that is clearly near elite now.
Yeah, they are definitely trending upward. I think the Pacers' window is now. It's at the end of this season, we're going to know if it's closing or not. But I think this is the opportunity. This is I looked at the starting five, and I think this is the best starting five we've had to start a season. And, the depth is great.
It's an interesting question. Might be.
The
Paul George, Danny Granger, David West, Roy Hibbert was pretty good, but I think this is better.
I think this is better. I think we forget sometimes how good Siakam is. And then to pair that with a healthy Halliburton, a better Nembhard, a better Nesmith, and then a true center. This is what we've been looking for. If this team can stay healthy, this team is easily top 3 in the East. They have the depth. They have the pieces starting. I hope at the end of the season I could say the same thing, that this is the best team that we've ever, starting five we've seen with the Pacers. Going into it, I think this is one of the best or the best. Kevin Pritchard's done a phenomenal job putting this team together. That's why I don't know if bringing in somebody from the outside to try to put into a starting position. I love Neesmith. I like his game. I like his growth. I like his effort. I like the chemistry that he has with this team. And that's the one that, if you look at the starting five, that might be the weakest link.
Yeah. And Nembhard and Neesmith are still on their way up.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're on their way up. And this could, they have the best year of their career this year. Sky's the limit, this team.
Mike, thank you so much. We will be doing Pacers reports anytime there's breaking news. Whether Mike can join us or not, Will Rutherford will happily step in when Mike's on the road and can't join us. But one way or the other, we will be here to talk about what happens with the Pacers in the next few days, and it should be interesting.
Looking forward to it.
Whether it's nothing, it might just be nothing. It just could be nothing, Mike.
Yeah.
I doubt it's nothing. I think they're adding someone for sure.
I think they're going to add depth. I just don't. They can't change the starting lineup.
No way. The only way they're doing that is with Trey Murphy.
Yeah, I thought
Brown.
that was a good opportunity, but I'm looking at the depth chart, and they got Braden Smith as the fifth behind Halliburton.
Nice.
Behind Quentin Jackson.
Don't be shocked, Mike, if Kevin Pritchard pulls off the Jaylen Brown trade. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Just don't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, but God, you're so close.
He knows the time is now, and Jaylen Brown changes the entire equation.
But
suddenly, the Pacers are the favorites going into the season if Jaylen Brown's on this team.
The only way Jaylen Brown looks somewhat attractive on the only two players I would give up are the two players that most Pacer fans don't appreciate enough, and that's Nembhard and Neesmith, and I'd hate to see either one of them go.
It would take Obi Toppin 2-3 first-round draft picks. It would be mortgaging the future for a championship this year or next year. But that's
the other thing. They don't have much draft capital in the future either. I mean, they traded their 26, 29 first-round picks.
Yep. But they have 27, 28, and 30, and Boston would love to have all of them.
Yeah, Boston would. And Brown wants out, I think. So
he definitely wants out. They're definitely trading him. I don't see any way he returns to Boston after the things.
And the other thing is do you want him to go to the Heat?
No, but do Giannis and Jaylen Brown work together? That's not the kind of combination you're worried about.
Yeah.
I don't think. You need a guard with Giannis. You need a guy who can play the way that Drew Holiday did with him. That's what you're looking for. Really good role players around Giannis. That's what you want. By the way, that's exactly what Nembhard and Neesmith are. Perfect role players.
They are.
They're better than role players, but they play well as role players.
Right.
I think Nembhard could be an all-star. I think he could be that good.
No, I think I think after last year, I'm so looking forward to seeing how well he does this year. I think he'll continue to improve this year.
By the way, this podcast has been over for 5 minutes. We're still recording it. Might as well, right? This is what happens. Even when we're done podcasting, we don't want to stop talking about the Pacers. It's been our whole lives like this. So.
I know. I'm ready for Summer League.
Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah.
The last year at this time was so depressing.
Oh my God.
And
the only thing we had to look forward to is the lottery, and then that just crushed our hearts.
That's right. Well, we didn't even know last year I didn't think we were headed for a lottery last year at this time. I thought we were headed for a 40-win season.
Yeah.
I didn't know that everyone else was going to get hurt too.
Yeah. These
But
soft tissue.
What a waste of a year, man. What a waste of a year it turned out to be. Damn.
Complete. The silver lining is I think Nembhard got better, Smith got better, McConnell had some good
Toppin got
games.
better.
Obi Toppin got better. Micah Potter. I thought Micah Potter looked pretty good.
Yeah, we definitely saw some guys. Quentin Jackson earned a contract. We definitely saw some of that. We saw Johnny Furphy, some signs of potential stardom for the first time. So there were some things that happened, but man, what a waste of a year. Oh,
Walker got a little better towards the end of the year. It took him a while. We were a little nervous most of the year. Jay Huff got plenty of starting time.
Yeah, let's hope that we can do better than Jay Huff.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to still be. I mean, right now, he'll probably still be on this team.
Absolutely. He's the second best center on the team right now.
I know. I mean,
so let's see if we can upgrade there. You know, for a backup, he's not horrible. He's just a generic Miles Turner.
Well, hell, you could probably get Miles Turner back as a backup.
No.
Trading for Jay Huff.
No, we tried to trade him for 7 years, Mike. You're not going to take him back now.
No. God, I don't know. I think Milwaukee was going on a downward spiral before he went there, but God, it feels good to see how bad they are.
Mike, I think they've passed Detroit and New York, and Miami is my least favorite. Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't stand Milwaukee.
At least for now. Maybe not permanently, but at least for now. And Cleveland might be second. Cleveland and Milwaukee, I just can't stand them.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't stand Milwaukee. I can't stand the Brewers. I can't stand the Bucks,
the Badgers,
the Packers. None of them.
Thanks so much to my man Miguel Rico for joining me once again. Thank you so much for listening. Always appreciate it. Please do us a huge favor. Share this podcast with a Pacers fan in your life. Help us spread the word that the Central Indiana Sports Report is talking about what Central Indiana sports fans are talking about every single day. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media. Sure do love you, Susie.